So now this story takes place in a surgical ward and an unnamed hospital and an undetermined time in the past. This surgical ward has a new patient, 60-year-old man with a bleeding gastric ulcer, quite severe. The surgeon in charge puts this patient in the observation cubicle so the nurses and doctors can monitor more closely. The surgeon writes the instructions for care. His main instruction is PR hourly, okay? Because PR is an abbreviation for pulse rate. BP, blood pressure, PR, pulse rate. PR hourly. Check this man's pulse rate every hour. Because the first sign of a massive internal bleed is tachycardia, or a rise in heart rate. How we measure the heart rate? We measure the pulse rate. So, PR hourly, check this man's pulse rate every hour. The surgeon closes the book. He goes back home for the night. The junior doctor takes over for the night on call. 6 hours later, the nurse calls the surgeon back home. Nurse goes, "Doctor, you have to come back to the hospital now. This patient, for the last 6 hours, his heart rate has been 160 beats per minute. This is tachycardia. I think he's having a massive internal bleed. You must come back now. We might have to go in for surgery." Puts down the phone. The surgeon knows that this is a medical emergency. So he rushes from his house to the hospital, opens the curtains, expecting to see a massively bled out man. But instead, what he sees is the same 60-year-old man curled up in a fetal position, crying, wailing, moaning. "Doctor, stop doing this. You're all torturing me. I want to go home now. Stop doing this to me. Why are you doing this to me? I want to go home. Stop doing this to me." And the surgeon's like, "What the hell happened?" Because you see, ladies and gentlemen, in the medical world, if you write PR and you read PR, you know, doctors know, that means pulse rate. But if we say PR, like how I'm saying it with my mouth, and you're hearing it with your ears, PR can also mean per rectal. As in do a rectal examination. As in put on a pair of gloves and check the man's rectum. So the junior doctor who's on call, he sees the instructions, he gets muddled up in his head. So this junior doctor, for the past 6 hours, every hour, on the hour, he has been giving this poor 60-year-old man a rectal examination. That's why his heart rate spikes up. Because the old man's like, "What the hell are you doing? We have done this 5 times, you do 6 times, every hour. Are you sure? Are you sure every hour, the whole night? What kind of hospital is this?" The surgeon, the cowboy is livid. He's like, "You stupid idiot. Why did you check this man's rectum 6 times every hour on the hour? Are you insane? You stupid. The only time I ever ask you to check the rectum is if I suspect bleeding in the rectum." And this is where it gets legendary, because the junior doctor goes, "Yes, sir, I understand. But by the 6th time I did the rectal examination, there was bleeding in the rectum."